Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run.
Jack and I will be connected for the rest of our lives because he was on the mic August 14th, 1985. With the call of "Go crazy, folks, go crazy." The Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. I feel like I've hit 500 home runs.
They delivered unforgettable moments, while a voice captured the picture perfectly in our minds, creating a remarkable sports tradition in St. Louis.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive, base hit into right. He might get a couple.
The Wizard, Gibby, Spoon, the Golden Brett. Over the past half-century, these are just a few of the icons to be presented the Sports Personality of the Year trophy at the Missouri Athletic Club, an award started by the late, great Jack Buck.
I can tell you that, if you think back in my dad's life, his last public appearance was at this dinner. He came here in December of 2001, didn't tell anybody that he was going in for lung cancer surgery, left the banquet in December of 01 late at night, drove with my mom to Barnes Hospital and checked in, and the next day had lung cancer surgery. So if anybody would ever question what this dinner meant to my dad, that's the answer. I'm sure he looked at his calendar and said, well, we'll book this for the day after the MAC dinner because it was that important to him.
Since the Missouri Athletics Club's inception in 1903, celebrating athletic excellence has been a key ingredient in establishing the club as an institution. Just 1 year after opening, MAC officials and athletes participated in the 1904 Olympic Games. Throughout the rest of the 20th century, the MAC would host and excel in a variety of national athletic competitions, including boxing, track, basketball, and swimming. In 1970, Missouri Athletic Club member Jack Buck built on the MAC's already rich athletic tradition when he helped create the Sports Personality of the Year Award to annually honor the top local sports figure.
Pleasure to be here with you to help to honor what I think is the greatest athlete that I've had the pleasure of watching over the past 15 years or so, Mr. Bob Gibson. It's my pleasure to be here with you to help honor him.
Bob Gibson, the first recipient of the prestigious award, followed by countless of St. Louis's best, including coaching greats, Olympic medalists, Super Bowl heroes, World Series champions, MVPs, and Hall of Famers.
It feels pretty exciting for me, and it's really important because me and my family enjoy St. Louis as a home, and I'm really proud to be recognized like this with this award and being in the company with so many great athletes who received it before me.
When I first found out, I was pumped. It's an award. That's awesome. And then the more I kind of dug into it, the more honored I was, and the more kind of humbled I became to be on that list of such accomplished athletes and people to, just to kind of be in that little circle, to be in that conversation is, if nothing else good happens in my career, this is something that I'll be able to hang my hat on. It'll be an amazing accomplishment.
It's a great sports town, and obviously Jack Buck, that name is synonymous with St. Louis and with excellence. And I think it's just a great honor to be here at the MAC and to enjoy this. And so many, as we talked about earlier, so many great names have won this award.
It's a night filled with celebration, tradition, and laughter, started 50 years ago by the man who embodies the spirit of St. Louis.
They told me to review the 1970 sports season in St. Louis. Well, that's easy. Second in hockey, third in football, and fourth in baseball. Someone asked me to describe the baseball season, and I told them I thought it was like new mown hay after it had passed through a horse.
All the jokes that he told year after year, same jokes a lot of the time as the previous 5 years. He and my mom worked on them during the course of the month of December, and he kind of delivered it like a great stand-up routine by the time he got up there, and people were just around his finger while he just did one story after another, told one joke after another. This was a really special night in his life.
I think, first off, Jack was an iconic person to the city, and yes, there's going to be generations that are coming that will not know who he was or maybe what he actually meant to the city, but I don't think his legacy will ever die, and events like this only keep it going, but there's many others as well, and what Jack meant to St. Louis is something that very few cities get to have that type of relationship, and when you think back to meeting him, or if you ever got to meet him, how blessed you were for that opportunity.
An icon who wanted all of St. Louis to appreciate the beauty of sports in this town.
Well, it's a great town, and it's been great to me and my family, and I think that's why so many guys that play sports who come from other places decide to stay here. It's because of the people, and I want to be proud of the place in which I call home.
To represent the athletes, I think it's a real testament to the MAC and its continued support of athletics in the Missouri, St. Louis, the state area. And, being a past recipient, I was very proud to be a part of it.
This was a really special night in his life, and I saw that as a kid. It's why after he passed away, I stepped into the void and emceed it for a number of years. And it's why I'm glad it's in great hands with Tom Ackerman, and it continues on KMOX.
My dad would be proud that this banquet is thriving, and plenty of great stories continue for St. Louis sports fans to celebrate in 2019. 3.5 million fans packing Busch Stadium to watch the Cardinals win the NL Central. St. Louis landing a Major League Soccer franchise. And the St. Louis Blues bringing home their first Stanley Cup. As we begin the program, I think my dad would tell you once again to go crazy, folks. Go crazy.